This is Dominic Raab, among other things the Deputy Prime Minister, and he's just been found guilty of bullying. Anyway, let's have a look at his resignation letter, where he accepts the outcome of the inquiry and then spends the rest of the letter rubbishing that very conclusion.
Dear Prime Minister, I'm writing to resign from your government following receipt of the report arising from the inquiry conducted by Adam Tolley, KC. I called for the inquiry and undertook to resign if it made any finding of bullying whatsoever. I believe it is important to keep my word.
So there you have him accepting the findings, but then,
whilst I feel duty bound to accept the outcome of the inquiry, it dismissed all but 2 of the claims levelled against me.
So that makes it sound like he felt he didn't really have a choice in the matter when it came to his resignation in terms of being duty bound. And then he says only 2 cases of bullying carried any weight. Well, so does that mean we start dismissing stuff when it gets down to any number under 3? Your Honour, my client only killed 2 people.
I also believe that its 2 adverse findings are flawed and set a dangerous precedent for the conduct of good government.
I think the groundwork for certain points are being laid down here. Breadcrumbs for the newspapers. The civil service is out of control and needs to be reined in. Let's see how that plays out in the coming weeks.
Mr. Tolley concluded that I had not once in 4.5 years sworn or shouted at anyone, let alone thrown anything or otherwise physically intimidated anyone, nor intentionally sought to belittle anyone.
OK, well this just makes me interested in what the report concluded.
In setting the threshold for bullying so low, this inquiry has set a dangerous precedent.
So again, if the bar for bullying is set low, what is that bar?
I mean, let me quote this again. Intimidating, humiliating behaviour, unreasonably and persistently aggressive. I mean, you wouldn't like to be treated like that.
It will encourage spurious complaints against ministers and have a chilling effect on those driving change on behalf of your government and ultimately the British people.
Again, laying the groundwork for the papers to attack civil servants.
Finally, I raised with you a number of improprieties that came to light during the course of this inquiry.
So here's a little bit now that really kind of says it was all lies, really.
I hope these will be independently reviewed. I remain as supportive of you and this government as when I first introduced you at your campaign leadership launch last July. You have proved a great Prime Minister in very challenging times.
Oh dear me.
And you can count on my support from the backbenches. Yours sincerely, Dominic Raab.
Goodbye, Raab. Click here for a link to Psycho Tories.